Hi, I'm Jim Bentley, and I'm a cancer-free patient from Memorial Health. I had a spot on the skin that connects your tongue to the bottom of your mouth. There was a white spot on there, you know, and I noticed it when I was brushing my teeth and, you know, looking in the mirror. And it wasn't painful or anything, but so I looked up online what it might be, and there was so I was trying to treat it myself at home with hydrogen peroxide, salt water, stuff like that. It started developing a lump above it on the side of my tongue. Then when I went to the doctor, he looked at it. He said, yeah, that's not right. He says, so I'm going to refer you to an ENT doctor. He cut probably about half of it off, and there was two pretty nice pieces that he said he could get a good biopsy out of. So he sent that off, came back a week later. I went back to see him, and he gave me the results. He said it was cancerous. So, and at that point, the part that he had cut off had already started growing back. It was really aggressive. He said he got all of the cyst off of the tongue, but it was the lymph nodes. He says if the lymph nodes, if that comes back positive, he said you're going to have the radiation. So he called us that one day, and he said he had the results back and everything, and they were negative. And that was the big one. The cyst was pretty big. It was probably as big around as a quarter, I would say. And but he said it was more of a surface cyst, that it wasn't really that deep, which was a good thing. So he removed. So when he cut that, he cut my wrist around here, removed this part, and removed the vein all the way up to my elbow here. So he calls it a flap, and he sewed that part of my wrist to the side of my tongue. And then, well, he cut me here from my earlobe to my Adam's apple, and he fused that vein in my neck to an artery in there, so it would get blood flow to my tongue. I feel great right now. Yeah, I'm getting back to work. I just went back to work Wednesday. I was out for 7 weeks. It was exactly 7 weeks to the day I was out. I was very fortunate to be referred to him and for him to do my surgery, because he is the only one that does it in all of South Georgia. The cyst was really growing. It was aggressive, and it was growing fast. And to get in, to be able for him to squeeze me in like he did and everything, I'm grateful. I really appreciate, and I told them all that I appreciate what they did.